Hi there. Before you jump into this episode, we want to make sure our listeners know about the How Do You Drew Patreon page, where we release exclusive content for our members.
We've shared unedited video versions of podcast episodes, rare Drew Barrymore photos from our digital archives, movie commentaries, and so much more.
We're currently working through a deep dive of each chapter of Little Girl Lost, which, if you don't know, is Drew's out-of-print autobiography released when she was only a teenager. And it's been really good stuff, you guys.
There's already plenty of content to dig into and lots more to come. So join now for as little as $1 a month and support us at How Do You Drew.
Yeah, go to patreon.com/howdoyoudrew to join today. Thank you.
Enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to How Do You Drew?
This is a Drew Barrymore podcast brought to you by thedrewseum.com.
And sponsored by our friends at Positive Medium.
I'm Anne.
And I'm Ashley.
And hello.
Coming to you from 2025.
Yep. And we're going to be talking about last year.
That's
because
right.
we're so close to last year. But here we are in 2025. So let's start with what's going on right now in the top of the show that we can chit chat about.
Yeah, I mean, we have to kind of acknowledge the LA fires, right? With our girl being an LA native. I mean, I'm kind of actually surprised she hasn't like posted a video or something yet, because I'm sure she's just devastated about this, but maybe it's just too sensitive. I don't know.
Yeah, and maybe she just feels like she can't add anything to the existing. There's so much about it.
I know. But in case you guys are wondering, Drew's former house on Carson Terrace that we've dedicated an entire episode to and also talk about it very often, it did get incredibly close to the Sunset Fire. In fact, it was in a mandatory evacuation zone at one point, but it is safe. We actually got word from somebody like directly who confirmed that, and we just want to send love to everyone affected. We both personally have a bunch of friends in Southern California and know people who have been going through it, and it's just been awful.
Yep, it's terrible. Like I know somebody in my class at UCLA that lost her home.
Oh, geez.
Somebody I worked with briefly at a museum lost her home of 25 years. Like, yeah, I'm not there, you know, I'm like literally across the country, but I have so many people who are like talking about the bad air quality, and even if it's not like affecting them and their home, it's still affecting the air like crazy.
100%, and disrupting everyone's lives, and it's just so depressing and
scary. So yeah, so we're putting our love out there for everyone that's having any kind of effect from that. That's terrible.
All right.
Yes.
Well, we're going to move on from bummerness to something fun.
And that's why we do this segment. So let's talk about the things that Drew has proclaimed her love for.
I love love.
All right. Drew loves holiday cards. And I'm so curious if she sends any out. It was kind of funny. Like they addressed it very specifically and she was like adamant about them, but she never said like, I do that.
Oh,
she used to with Flower Films.
Yes, she sure did. Check out our website on the museum to see those.
She also loves Justin Bieber, as we know. She loves latkes. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, I love latkes too.
Yeah, I think that's the type of thing that appeals to both of us.
Yep.
She loves curry. Patty melts.
I don't even know if I've ever had a patty melt.
I think that's a meat thing. So
it
probably
is,
not.
So,
yeah. She loves Munster cheese. Female friendships.
Yeah.
The TV show Taxi and Andy Kaufman, who was on it. And then I was like, oh, I wonder if she knows this. And then before I even had a chance to make a note, she brought it up. When she hosted SNL in 1982, they did this whole should we vote Andy off thing where they like had people call into hotlines. And you remember this? Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I saw her talking about it, so I must have watched this episode.
Okay, yeah. And at the very end, like when Drew, I think it was like the goodbyes, like Drew's out there and they say they voted to take him off, so he wasn't going to be on the show anymore. It was like a whole thing.
I think they like even show him like being kicked out the door or something,
Oh,
maybe.
really?
I don't know. I'm probably making that up in my brain right now.
You're just adding a little dramatic flair to it.
Yes.
And then finally, Drew loves a Pekingese. Little doggies.
But it's nice we're getting there's a couple episodes coming out because like the holidays are away. So we've got those new Drew loves at the top there, and we'll have more
giving us new content.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
Right.
All right. So let's go back in time a little bit. What did you pull for this week in Drew history?
I pulled a personal fave for us to talk about. Because we were there, as we love to say. So this was January 15th, 2014. Can't even handle this being 11 years ago.
Oh my, I was like 10 years. Oh shit, it's 2025.
All right, where are we? We are at the Find It in Everything Los Angeles book signing at the Grove, Barnes & Noble. Mm-hmm. Me, Anne, and our friend Jelena all attended. It was the day after the book's release officially. Mm-hmm. We have an episode 9 that goes into all the details on that book. So if you aren't familiar with that cool little photography book that Drew put out, all of things heart-shaped in the world that she had come across over the years, definitely go check it out. That was a fun episode to do. I wonder what it sounds like now to go back and listen.
Episode 9. Yeah, I still haven't gone back to the early ones and listened. So
yeah, we're good. We don't need to do that.
Although I'm curious about this one. I don't even remember what we said. But yes, we love Find It in Everything. And it was so cool to be there for this event. So what was also really cool is Drew was pregnant with Frankie at the time. And she looked so cute in this like red blouse that had like a button-up blouse with white hearts all over it. Oh, it was so cute.
I know. And she had this really cool manicure that I actually took to my manicurist recently and had her kind of recreate it. It was like every nail was different. Do you remember it?
Yes. And I feel like I remember seeing your nails like that.
Yeah, I'm sure I showed you.
Yeah. Really cute. So yeah, that was really special. And we also gave Drew a gift at this. And you kind of made some notes about this because this is one of the coolest parts of,
oh my gosh.
Like, oh my God. Okay, so let's get into it. So we have pictures of ourselves talking to Drew at this event and giving her this gift. So that's also really cool. Thanks to Mason and Tony, who were snapping pictures, which is so cool.
Yeah, they were her former assistants, her assistants at the time. Tony Crago's friend of the pod. He's been on twice. If you guys want to hear about his experience working for Drew, those are really fun episodes.
Yeah, they are. They're really fun. Tony, we love you.
Yes, we do.
We gifted Drew a photo of her parents and her half brother that was dated September 1974, which means if that's correct, then Jade would have been pregnant with Drew at the time that the photo was taken. So
the circle of life.
So it's really special for Drew, as you know, like about to become a mother of 2, to have this photo of her mother maybe pregnant, or at least very close to the time that she was pregnant with Drew.
Yeah. And it's so rare that to see a photo of her parents like this. Like there's a couple
together.
that always get used on like every TV special. It's like what from one certain night, but this one was very unique. And yeah, I think you found this on eBay and we were just like, oh my God, we have to get this and give it to her.
Yeah. I don't even remember like the experience of finding it, but it was so clear where it was going as soon as we got it. And then we also, which we've talked about this before, found out that this photo hung on the walls of her home in LA that Ashley just mentioned, that was under the threat of fire. And so that is insanely special.
It is just, that was pretty mind-blowing. It was one of three framed family photos that we'd given her over the years that we found out were hanging on the walls. Maybe there were even more, we don't know. But to see this one in this like special little living room setup that she had, really cool. So we'll share some photos and yeah, just, and didn't she even bring this one up last time you saw her?
Yes. So when I
Yeah.
saw her at the show, she said to some of the staff that she was trying to like give them sort of an insight into what the Druseum has that other people don't have. And she's like, they gave me a photo of my parents that I didn't have. Or she said something
No.
like that. I feel like she might have said it hangs in my house, but I don't know. That might be because I've added that now because I know that now. So
You're
it's
doing a lot of dramatic add-ons today.
yeah, the lore is I'm expanding on the lore of the Druseum. All right, so we ready to get into what's new with Drew?
Do you want to hit the headlines?
Yeah, we actually have quite a bit to catch up on here. So I don't know if this was mentioned much. This was kind of a blip, but we're reporting it in time. So TCM's Film Festival, they're actually doing a small little New York pop-up version of it in addition to their normal big one in LA.
Oh,
And
cool.
that's coming up on January 25th. And they're doing a conversation with Drew and a screening of the John Barrymore film 20th Century. So how freaking awesome is that?
Oh, that must be so cool for Drew and like a big honor.
Yeah, I
That's so
know.
neat.
And lucky
Oh,
for you guys, anyone who's in the area, tickets are available for $40. So we will share the link to that on the episode page, and maybe somebody can go and report back to us about it.
that would be cool. I know we have some New York people out there. That's
Yeah.
for sure. All right, so what else?
We've got a silly new Bingo Blitz commercial. I say silly because they're doing the whole like, yes, yes, yes thing again.
Yes.
But this, yeah, this was filmed in New York in September, along with the holiday one with Douglas that we had seen last month. I'm
Mhm.
assuming there's going to probably even be more commercials from this shoot to come.
Yep.
But the cool thing is there's a lot of behind the scenes content in a bunch of videos on the Bingo Blitz Instagram. So there's like some of Drew meeting some like Bingo Blitz players. There's some of her with these drag queens, Sugar and Spice. There's some that are just like behind the scenes vignettes. So that's been nice that they've been providing all that.
Yeah, it is cool.
Bingo Blitz were definitely very like, this is still weird. But you know what? Then I saw a commercial for a Monopoly phone mobile game the other day, and it had Chris Pratt and Jason Momoa in it. And I was like, all right, I guess celebs are just doing mobile
game application
mobile game commercials. Why is that so hard to say?
But yeah, every time a new one comes out, we're like, well, I guess this is the gift that keeps giving. I mean, I just realized that like when we got the commercials way back in the day for that, like those Japanese ice cream ones.
Oh yeah, the Baskin Robbins. I think it was Korea.
Oh yeah, I think you might be right. But like I'm just like thinking back to like how I feel like they kept like releasing like little versions of it like on their website, like little clips like throughout like the year maybe. I don't think it was all out at once.
I think you're right.
But I feel like that was like one of those like weird gifts
like what is happening
giving for like whatever a while. So I wonder how long this Bingo Blitz partnership is going to continue. I guess
seems like it's gonna keep on chugging.
It seems like strong right now. All right, so what else do we got?
Drew also co-hosted a book launch for a book called The Disengaged Teen. It's a like nonfiction. It's by Jenny Anderson and Rebecca Winthrop. And we know Drew loves parenting books, so this totally tracks. She hosted it along with Oprah Daly and Gayle King, her kind of new bestie, it feels like these days.
Yep.
What do you think of her vibe, of her look here?
All right. I don't love a short, wide pant.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got a short, wide pant going on here.
Not just pants with polka dots.
But I love the polka dots, is what I was going to say.
Dots too, actually.
But I'm surprised they're not like, to the floor length or something.
They're not Gumby pants, that's for sure.
No. I think they're kind of cute, though.
They are cute. It brings a little fun to the outfit, so I appreciate them.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just a blazer with a white shirt underneath.
Right. Which is like, meh, we're used to that.
Polka dot pants. We got you, Drew. All right. So speaking of the LA fires, and we mentioned, and I think in our last episode, Hollywood Squares was going to be premiering soon. Unfortunately, it was pushed back, but it was in light of the fires. So it's been pushed back to January 16th, which is 1 week later than it was originally going to be debuting.
Yeah, it was reported that, it just didn't feel appropriate to showcase this like lighthearted show with celebrities, like literally called Hollywood Squares, joking around like when all this is going on in Hollywood, which I totally like. Earlier that day before it was announced, I was like, it's kind of weird that it's premiering while this is happening in Hollywood, like weird timing. So I think it was the right move.
Yeah, I think so too. CBS was airing like constant primetime coverage on the fire, so I think a lot of things got moved around anyway. Yeah. It was sort of like that was a priority and still is. I mean, the fires are still going on. I was going to say that when you watch episodes of the show, they still had it in the like episodes of the show, like, oh, it's gonna, but the new show is premiering tonight. So they had like clips on the Drew Barrymore Show, which was fun to see. Like now we get the excitement to like wait a little bit longer, I guess.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting another week. We can do it.
Yeah, we can do it.
It's come up so fast, like from the time we heard it announced to now. Yes. I'm like, what?
Yes. All right. So we have been on LWW, Luke Wilson Watch, for what, a couple weeks now?
Yeah, since December for sure.
And the Luke Wilson interview episode aired on the 9th, which was Thursday. So when the Hollywood Squares was supposed to happen. And it was so cute. It was such a great reunion.
I still love him. He just has such a like sweet, quiet charm that it's exactly how I feel when I watch Home Fries. Like, oh, he's so cute. Or Charlie's Angels, like when he meets Cameron Diaz's character, like he
seems like a safe person. Like he feels,
yes.
I don't know, like it's easy to, I don't know. He seems calm, like very healed and calm.
Yes. Probably a great balance for our wacky girl.
Absolutely. And I feel like there were definitely moments where he was like sitting back watching her be silly, and it was really adorable.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I had to note, he comes out, and if you know, you know, but he was wearing camel colored shoes. Okay, if you guys don't know, Drew once gave a quote that when she met him, it was love at first sight, and she had looked down at his shoes and said they looked like camels that she would trek across any desert to follow. Is that right?
It was something like that.
Something very Drewy.
Yes. And I feel like he's just like the type of guy who wears brown shoes.
Totally.
But it also is like really funny to like think he's the same.
Or like, did he know that quote? And he's like, remember my camels, Drew? Do you still want to follow them? Now I'm in making up stories.
You're in conjecture land now. So they talked about that they had lunch a few months prior, which was cool to hear. I was like,
loved
oh,
that. Me too. Totally. Yeah. Or maybe more. No, just kidding.
Yeah. We're just gonna keep pushing the conjecture. It's all right.
Yeah.
They showed a clip from Best Men, which was kind of cool and random.
I was surprised. I definitely was kind of more expecting a Home Fries clip because it's much more known than Best Men, but I'll take it. Anytime we get to see black hair Drew, let's do it.
Totally. Yeah, totally. I loved this. So they tell a story. Drew tells a story about meeting Luke at Tamara Davis's house. And then afterwards, he climbed into his car through the window because the door was busted. And she I think he was like, one of them says something like, oh, I thought it was like a cool guy move or something.
Maybe that's how she got such a good look at his shoes, because he's like head first in the car window.
You know what?
Those camels flying through the air. That's the man for me, she said. Yeah. I also love that they told Drew told the story about how 2 years ago when Kate Hudson was on the show, they had tried to call Luke on her phone because she said she hadn't talked to him in like 20 years at that point, but she had the wrong Luke. It was actually a Luke who had been in Ozomatli
Yep.
in Never Been Kissed. Anyway, but they took this really cute video together to send to Kate and quote, close the circle.
Yeah.
So
that was
sweet.
So cute. It was so cute. I was like, oh, I want to see that video like firsthand. I want to see the other side.
Totally. And I love how Douglas is just asleep on the couch during this very important reunion. Douglas, don't you know?
He's so comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So then, this was really cute. So Luke said he remembered that on Sundays Drew would make a black beans and rice dish for him that he like found to be like very comforting.
Yeah.
And I loved it because it was like he's like, "Oh, this is Hollywood. Like I like this."
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. I mean, they were together for so long. Like they didn't I don't think they ever officially lived together, but probably spent a lot of time together. I know she kind of considered his dog like one of hers for a while. There's a couple times in articles where she's like, "Oh, I have 3 dogs," and one of them was Ted was his name, I think.
Oh, was he like a brown?
Yeah. Like a brown lab? Yeah.
Yeah. There must be some pictures because I'm like, why would I? Oh, I probably know it from like paparazzi. I just realized.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, speaking of paparazzi, so this kind of goes along with it. So that was his like good memory of their relationship. And Drew's like, oh, I have a funny memory. They both said Beck. And I couldn't tell if that was like they were at a Beck concert or maybe this policeman was named Beck. But it was so cute because it was such an inside joke. They were both like, Beck.
I bet it was probably a concert. Because I feel like she said it, like, especially in like the 90s, she loved
That's
Beck.
true. Yeah. So she told this story about how she got in trouble for public urination. I'm like thinking, okay, we have the 1996 on the beach with him where she's getting naked, paparazzi pictures. And then we have the 99 ones of her changing in a parking lot with him. And she, like, what is with her getting naked in public with him? I love it. But yeah, they got detained, but eventually they were let go with a warning, and it became this like big adventure. Like we got away, woo! Story.
I somehow didn't catch that they were actually detained. Like,
yeah,
my God.
I
okay.
love just like folding that news story into the
lore,
the lore of Drew and Luke. Yeah, it's such a Drew story. Oh my God.
It's also like, yeah, where does it fall in the timeline?
Yeah, true. Oh man, so good.
Drew mentioned that she would love for them to do a 5th movie together and said that she had some ideas.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Interesting. It's just like feeding the fire of the people who think there's a Charlie's Angels 3 coming.
I was also going to say, like, I feel like she's like itching to do another movie a little bit.
She keeps bringing it up. Like, come on, girl, let's go.
I feel like she keeps bringing up like ideas, which it could be years and years. Like things are developed for years, but still.
True.
Anyway, exciting idea.
I would love a movie of the two of them together. Like their on-screen chemistry is so sweet.
Yeah, it really is. Like I want to imagine what kind of movie it would be, but let's just wait and see.
Okay, fine. We won't make up any more stories. We're used to being the factual podcast. Today we are just the fantasy podcast.
We're just trying to take this fantasy of Drew and Luke into fruition somehow.
We are really good at manifesting shit on this podcast. So
we are. More about that in a couple months.
Yep.
Hey Drewbies! We are here to tell you about our website hosts, Positive Medium, and they sponsor the podcast. We've been clients of theirs for over 10 years, and we use them for all our website needs on thedrewsium.com.
Their services include customized web design, professional coding, search engine optimization and marketing, plus hosting, which has been huge for us for many years.
Plus, their incredible customer service has been one of our favorite features. They've literally saved our site quite a few times, and they always help with minor troubleshooting in a matter of minutes. So whether that's coding issues or back-end questions, etc., we reach out, we get help immediately, which is just invaluable.
Lucky you. To our listeners, Positive Medium is offering 25% off any managed WordPress hosting plan using our promo code DREW. That's DREW. Visit our friends over at positivemedium.com.
Thank you.
All right, are you ready to talk about last year, 2024? A kind of quick little best of. We did this for 2023, so we figured let's kind of do a recap of the best moments in our opinion of 2024.
Yeah, let's do it. So let's start with, so we just used that same format as last year. So here we go. Best magazine feature, though there weren't a lot to choose from, what'd we pick?
Yeah, I think there were two. But we did get that cool People magazine 50th anniversary issue from April 22nd. It was special because all of the sort of like people,
Yeah.
so celebs who have been really had a relationship with People magazine were featured on a double cover, a fold out, and there was like two different setups of it, two different versions. I was a little bummed it was completely photoshopped. I think I'm sure I bitched about that at the time, but it was still a neat thing.
Yeah, I remember us discussing it. Yeah, and it looks cool when you see it.
Yeah. But I prefer like the Vanity Fair Hollywood issue where it's that same idea, but everyone's in the room together. Like that's so much more special.
I was just going to say, when you compare it to that, exactly. Okay. I was on the same exact page. We've gushed about those here and there randomly.
Yes.
All right. So now here's another one that I feel like because you watch the episodes more regularly, you were able to pull these out. So best episode of the Drew Barrymore Show.
Okay, so the ones that came to my mind, and if we're forgetting something obvious, you guys, we'd love to hear your opinion on all of these categories.
Yeah.
But of course, Drew's birthday episode, those are always incredibly special. Like,
yes.
Just for the gown alone, that goes really high on my list.
Yep. Absolutely. It was a really fun one. Just lots of fun little moments, and Drew looked really happy and excited and beautiful the whole time.
I also think we should mention that the Bad Girls reunion episode I think it was at the very beginning of 2024, but that's definitely worth a shout out because that was a special one.
Yeah, that was cool. And we got like kind of vaguely a story of Drew getting in trouble with the police, maybe. And yeah. So that was a fun one for sure. And it felt like there was a lot of love between the ones that were there.
We love a reunion show, obviously. We just talked about Luke for 20 minutes.
Yes, we sure did. And I just wanted to give a special shout out because as long as we're talking about like fun outfits, like the birthday dress, the Halloween episode, just because of her fun outfit, I feel like it's worth mentioning.
Beautiful orange gown. That was a good one.
Yeah. And usually I think we might have both said this, an orange gown you may not think would be as cute as it is on Drew. She totally made it work. With that awesome like black feather collar. So cool.
Oh yeah. Props to Lee Harris and Matthew Kilgore for that one.
Totally. All right. So now the best interview on the Drew Barrymore Show. What stood out for you?
So I just thought of the two that I had taken the most notes on for the podcast. So Riley Keough, that was a great one. And Zoe Kravitz. Like, I feel like both of those, Drew, really got into some stuff that we had a lot of takeaways that we wanted to share.
Yeah.
And then, you mentioned, how could I forget this?
So yeah, just honorable mention, the surprise when Matthew Lillard popped up during Drew's news.
My man.
I mean, it wasn't an interview, so It makes sense that it didn't like pop out in that way, but I was like, we got to mention this.
Oh yeah, we'll just give that like best Ashley customized surprise on the show or something like that. I don't know.
Because it was like Scream, like it started with a Scream thing, didn't it?
Yes, that's how they like segued into it.
Absolutely customized for you. All right. So now let's talk about the best event look of the year. Again, there probably weren't a ton to choose from that weren't just like slacks, right?
A suit, yeah. So I think we both absolutely loved this gown that she wore to the Grammys. Like, still random that she even attended it. And we got this sequined, almost like fishy, beautiful silver and black gown. It was such a nice change of pace for her.
Yeah, she got glammed up, and that was really fun to see. And I was kind of going through the pictures. I'm like, there had to be something else. And I just wanted to say runner up. It's not really like in the same way glamorous category, but WrestleMania was a really fun look.
That is such a good pick.
And there weren't really great images of the whole look. And I realized probably because the like like the butterfly wings, like when she's actually moving, it looks really cool. And I was trying to remember what her like wrestler name was that she gave herself. Do you remember?
Oh, it was Flower Power.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so she's got this like entirely like purple and reddish outfit, which sounds weird and the colors are kind of crazy, but massive like flower crown in purple. She looked like she was having a great time.
Yeah, I also appreciate that one for just being like totally different.
Absolutely. Yeah, to give us something like she's not just in the like slacks that she wears on the show.
Great choice.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun. But I felt like it fell between like event and casual. So now what about the best casual look?
So I don't know. I didn't really have much, but I thought of both the Child Star documentary with Demi Lovato. The filming of that was super, I don't know, cute and cozy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the Child Star filming outfit was just literally like gray sweatpants, a gray sweatshirt, like a green, like kind of army colored jacket on top, some cozy socks.
But yeah, the cozy socks. I love that.
Yeah, but she gets like some cool jewelry on, like a simple, like some gold earrings. Like she looked really, really cozy. Yeah, I think it was a great casual look. Another one that you pulled is when Jeff Bridges was being interviewed. She basically had an outfit that looked just like the dude from The Big Lebowski. And yeah, it's like the sweater like looks like something exactly like the dude would wear.
Love it. All right, let's move over and talk about Drew Magazine because we get 4 of those every year. So our favorite of 2024, it's got to be the spring issue. There we go, back to that birthday episode gown that we love so much.
Yeah, it stands out amongst the entire array of Drew Magazine covers.
From all years.
Yeah, from all years. And it's so beautiful. It's so, that dress is like rainbow sherbet ice cream. Like, it's so stunning. Anyway, yeah, that was like no competition because those pictures are so special.
That's all we needed with those photos, and that's good enough.
Yep, they're just beautiful. I don't even know if we need to get into it more. You just need to go look at the pictures if you haven't seen them and marvel at them yourself.
There you go.
All right, so now the best brand collaboration, because Drew just keeps tacking these on. We picked Etsy, where she's the chief gifting officer. I think this is the second year she's done that. But we didn't, as you can see, we did not choose Bingo Blitz.
Exactly. Actually, this is the first year. It was back in February that this was announced.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we get these cool gift guides that Drew puts together on Etsy, which we really appreciate. I was actually wearing one of the necklaces from those last night.
Oh, cool. I love that, which you got me a matching.
Yeah.
The pictures that go along with these Etsy sort of like the new gift guides are usually really cute, but I always want more. It's like they use like 1 or 2 pictures of her surrounded by a bunch of the things she chose.
I think really there's cute. Like 4 of them in total. Maybe she'll go visit them again and we'll do some new ones. Come on.
Yeah, really cute. Okay, and then let's talk about the best beautiful item release. There are always random, just like random stuff will pop up on Walmart just here and there.
You just have to know how to find it. It's super weird. It's like kind of tricky. My first thought, and this is really small, but I just love these bathroom counter accessories they released, like containers and a soap thing and a toothbrush holder. They're so pretty. They're unfortunately sold out of the like off-white color that I want, but I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, and I like the sage color of those. I also really thought they were cute. I picked another item that every time I see it on Walmart, I just think it's so cute. It's the bar cart, which they have in the color thyme green. And it's just like a really pretty like blue-green color. And I don't need it, but it really is pretty.
It is so cool. Like I do really appreciate those. And where is that other bar cart thing that she had put out with the, that was like an island?
Yes, the kitchen Island.
That was really cool too.
Yeah, it is really cool. I think Beautiful's doing some really cool stuff. I really like the like fluted 1960s sort of like mid-century style of a lot of the stuff.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep an eye on that. And we both got some beautiful items for Christmas, which was fun. I'm using the knives, and I got all new pink pans and pots that I'm really enjoying. They are actually like, I see an upgrade in the quality from the sage green ones that we got when the line first came out. Do you also see that?
They're a bit different. Like they have like a different coating. Like the outside is a nicer coating. The green ones that we got from the first drop were like, mine turned like, they yellowed kind of quick on the bottom, I noticed.
Yes.
And I don't think that's going to happen with these. But yeah, so I have the green set that you have the pink set of, and I just got the espresso machine, which I've been playing with. So that's kind of fun. I got that as a gift. So that takes us to the end of 2024. Now we get to jump into 2025. Or go back in time. We're always going back in time.
We do jump around quite a bit, don't we?
Yes, we do.
But yes, 2025 is going to be really exciting. We know we keep teasing this. We know this was a short episode. We are very busy with another project, and I promise it will all come to light soon.
Yes. Yes, it will. That's it for now.
The teasing continues.
Yes, the teasing continues. Exactly. All right.
We did it. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for being here with us in this new year. We would appreciate if you could rate, review, and subscribe, of course. And we have our Instagram at How Do You Drew Pod. I'm always trying to like connect with other podcasts over there. If you want to be friends, just let us know. We also have at Drewsium, where we do a lot of our other Drew content sharing.
Yes. And while you're online, visit our website at howdoyoudrew.com, where we have an episode page for every episode, this one included. Sign up for our Patreon over at patreon.com/howdoyoudrew. And don't forget to send listener mail to us at howdoyoudrewpod@gmail.com, or, you know, any of those other places.
We should probably mention that we just recorded a new episode for the Patreon that's going to be out maybe even before this one. So if you want to get into Busted, the sequel chapter from Little Girl Lost, that's a biggie. We just covered it. It's coming out. Go join us.
So if you're not over there on Patreon, please join us over there.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Drew's Day.
Sounds good. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This episode of the How Do You Drew podcast was researched and produced by Ashley and Ann from thedrewsium.com with help from our sponsor, Positive Medium.
Special thanks to Matt Costa for our lovely theme song, Roxy Prima for our adorable logo, and last but not least, Drew Barrymore and all the Drewbies who love her. We do this for you.
Thank you.